Hello there, how are you? Welcome. And today we are looking at the May 1st Scorpio full moon. Now, as you recall, Scorpio was ruled by Pluto. It's planet of transformation, death, but let's not forget rebirth, right? The energy of the phoenix we can pull up there. I know for me, energy is really weird right now. I'm recording this the day before, so we're in that energy, but it's really interesting, still coming off of the, what is that word? The hangover, I guess you could say, of Uranus leaving Taurus and moving into Gemini, still sitting in that. If you have got very strong Taurus placements in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, just something very strong, especially, even if it's at the final degree, so the final decan of the zodiac there, you're going to be feeling this really strongly. It's going to be hitting your physical body, your home, your sense of security and safety, so money, even relationships, with Venus being the ruler of Taurus. It's just keep that in mind right now. There are a great many of relationships of all different types, so partnerships, business partnerships, friendships, family ships, a whole bunch of other ships that are going to be sailing in this energy, that we're in. And this Scorpio full moon is here to help usher that along. I really feel this is going to be an incredible moon because it's like what we've been working for the last 7 years with Uranus and Taurus is just, it's going to get a wake-up call. If we haven't really looked at it right until now, it's going to get a wake-up call. And we're going to be asked to really clean up the dust that we've left floating around, I guess we could say. Very interesting messages, Spirit. So I do want to say, when I was pre-shuffling, I had this card come out. It says the answers you need are coming. So there is a full moon in Gemini energy coming here. Luna trying to get out. Gotta go open the door for her. So full moon in Gemini, where are we going with that one? Just the fact that this Scorpio full moon is going to be illuminating a lot of truths for us. So whatever answers that you've been seeking, just hold tight. They're coming, whether that's, like direction, which direction do I move in? Anything that you've been questioning, especially the last week, you're going to be getting some answers to. So just sit tight. We do have the energy of the full moon in Virgo coming through. You are good enough. So I want to say, because Taurus is another earth sign with Virgo here, that there's been, with Uranus and Taurus, there's been that healing of our self-worth and our value, and what will we allow ourselves to continue with, and what we will not, right? So we've kind of gone through those phases of dismantling what we thought was self-worth, which really wasn't. We weren't safe in those situations, or those belief systems, and we've had to grow some new self-worth. So that energy is definitely coming in here to assist with this full moon in Scorpio. So emotions are running high for sure. It is a very intense moon. It's almost like, for me, it's like I don't want to think or feel about anything, because I don't want it to land. I just want it to flow through. It's not like I want to ignore it or anything, but everything is so heightened. My thoughts are heightened. Physical pain is heightened. My sensitivities are heightened. It's I it's like this push pull energy for me. I don't know, how are you you know, coping or maneuvering through this energy? Let me know. Uh, it's nice to know that, you know, sometimes we're not in the boat alone, right? And here we have the conclusions are within reach coming in here. Um, yeah, full moon eclipse. This might feel like a little bit of an eclipse energy with, you know, especially, you know, still in the energy of Uranus changing signs for the next 7 years. Um, very intense. I can say that honestly. It is very, very intense. Um, Tight. Uh, some of the energy feels constricting. Other energy feels like it's breaking open to allow flow and movement to enter back in, or either back in or in for the first time. I'm hearing spirits say. So let's take a look. Using an angel tarot deck today, and because that's what Spirit said to do. We've got these two wanting to fall out. We've got the Six of Cups. Ooh, come here. And the Emperor. Well, are we going to be talking about a divine masculine today? We'll see. Um, this just feels like a divine masculine is thinking about you. Whoever this is going to resonate with. This is also us, male or female, looking, you know, our masculine energy, looking back to when we felt home, remembering when we felt home, at home, within ourselves, within our situations, within our lives. So perhaps we're all, as a collective, returning home while we're here. I understand home is up there, but while we're here, home is here, right? All right, let's keep going with that. We're going to put those off to the side. That feels like a little bit of a side note. Let's keep going here. What do we have? We have, bam, Tower. Bam. Scorpio's going to shake some things up, for sure. You know, I know some people read the Tower with Pluto energy. I do. Uranus or Taurus. It's whatever it is. It's disruptive, but it's transformative. When the dust settles, we can see just how transformative it is, and maybe that's right where we're at now. You know, given the Uranus changeover and the Scorpio full moon, that's why this feels so intense right now this past week, because there is a transformation occurring, you know, collectively, but within our own selves. And uh, you know, but I also want to say that, you know, this is, you know, the answers you seek, the answers you need are coming, and conclusions are within reach. That's just telling me that there's going to be a lot of illumination, a lot of aha moments, maybe some breakthroughs. Knight of Earth, Knight of Pentacles here. Yeah, where something wasn't moving, things begin to flow again. Oof, right down my spine. Okay, like that. Things get moving again. This full moon, it waits for no man. What else do we need to know? Spirit, thank you so much for these messages. Wow. We've got 3 major arcanas with 5 cards. Oh, well, more if you want to include these 2 that came out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune, because it's time for a change. Definitely a karmic, here in karmic reset. We'll see what that means in a moment. Let's break that down, though. You know, because you got to remember karma isn't just the negative or undesirable circumstances, it's great karma, right? We have the high priestess, definitely heightened senses, heightened awarenesses right now. I'm telling you, it has been on fire, and here's the king of fire, the king of wands. Definitely, definitely. It just feels like, even though it's felt so intense and so heavy, it's like all I want to do is sleep half the time, like, just so I can try to shut my brain off. But um, I was up until 4 o'clock this morning because my brain wouldn't shut down. I've tried anything I tried, just it increased it even more, which was interesting, to say the least. It frustrating because I was just so tired. But Spirit needed me up for whatever reason. But yeah, this Scorpio full moon, definitely getting things kicked into gear here. 100%. What else? The ego. This is the death card, or the devil card in this deck. I love that. We are seeing very clearly where we have allowed ourselves to be trapped in situations, mindsets, beliefs, whatever that is. We will be seeing uh, the man behind the curtain, I'm hearing. I just, so much is going to come up to the surface, man. And it's not just going to come up to the surface, it's going to breach the surface. I like that. So truth breaching the surface. It's like, I think I've said it in a couple videos over the last few weeks, is you won't be able to unsee what you're going to see. And that's not just collectively. This is going to be about your own personal patterns. Maybe it's like, maybe you've been looking back the last 7 years with Uranus in Taurus and going, okay, how did it really impact me? How did it really change my life? Because I got up every day, put my pants on one leg at a time, that kind of thing. I still went through all those patterns, those motions. Were you aware? Were you cognizant of what was actually shifting underneath you and around you? This is going to make sure that you know exactly how things shifted and were meant to shift. You're not going to be able to unsee what this full moon is going to show you. What else wants to come through here? Oh, look at these. Look at these major arcanas. These are all major arcanas in this deck, the ones that are purple, deep, indigo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 cards. This full moon is not going to have a little itty bitty impact, folks. Especially when we start out with the change, the tower, the life experience. Bam, right out of the gate, man. Where we didn't think we were good enough, we're gonna be offered opportunities to stand in our good enough, our worth, But we've got here's the moon, Scorpio full moon coming in right here. I love this for sure. It is going to show us where our intuition was very correct these last 7 years. It's going to show us exactly how Uranus and Taurus shifted your life. If you don't have a handle on that intellectually, you will. after this. And some people say, well, it might not happen on that day. I have a feeling this is going to happen. Yes, it's going to happen. Take a tomorrow, over the weekend, by next week, you're gonna. I feel like I can safely say by next week, in the next 3-4 days, you are going to have a better understanding, a better um, handle on just what Uranus and Taurus was meant to show you, the lessons, the friendships that had to leave, and the friendships that had to come in. That whole transit was about, like, I'm sure I've said it before, but it was about, feeling safe, and what we, where we were, where where we were. Don't ask me to say that 10 times fast. Telling ourselves that we were safe and secure, and that something felt like home to us. We've got the world on the bottom of the deck, showing itself, where we were convincing ourselves that something was home when it really wasn't. I feel like in the last couple years, we've been shown that again. Just to say, hey, did you get the memo? Did you really read it? Did you read the fine print? Did you do the work? Yes, we've done the work, but some of the work that we were doing, we knew we had to go that deep. Talking about Scorpio here, yeah, we had to go that deep, and all the zodiac energies have a play in any transit, because they're always there. We've got it all in our charts, right? So it's no mistake that Spirit is blending the conversation between the Scorpio destruction and transformation, and the transformation that was meant to happen for us individually and collectively over the last 7 years with Uranus. So there's just where we're gonna see the truth. I get so excited that, that I keep repeating myself. Let's move on. I've got 2 more cards on this spread, and then we'll see what Spirit wants us to clarify, if anything. Another major arcana. Yeah, we've built up our strength. We've built up our self-worth. We know what we will tolerate, what we will not. We know what we deserve to experience as our divine birthright, as a divine spark that we are. We know that now. And if you're sitting there going, I'm really not quite sure, this full moon is going to show you. Okay? It's going to show you. How it's going to show you is going to be different for every one of you. So if you're interested in a personal reading to see how things are hitting for you, hit me up, and my email will be in the description box below. I'd be happy to read for you and see, maybe, help you shine a little bit of a light on whatever it is, whatever area. Maybe it's the Uranus and Taurus transit. Maybe it's what Uranus and Gemini is going to, present to you. Maybe it's this full moon. Maybe it's something else. But I'd be happy to read for you. Final card. Look at that. Ace of Cups. Pouring into our own cup first. Putting our own... I don't know if I spit. I felt like I spit. Putting our own oxygen mask on first was the lesson. And... I feel like this full moon in Scorpio is going to come through with, like I said, opportunities to put that self-worth, that self-love to work. It's almost like the universe is going to be like, show me. Let's see. Let's see. Not as a test. Yeah, not as a test. It doesn't feel like a test. It feels like just this incredible opportunity to embrace the love and the blessings that we know that we are. When you have embraced and embodied your own divine spark, that's a cup overflowing, man. You know, that's falling in love with yourself, falling in love with your life, maybe even for the first time. Trusting your intuition. What, like I said, um, moving, what wasn't moving gets moving with the King of Wands here, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, um, relationships that were not favorable for us, but maybe served a purpose at a time. You know, perhaps they were the ones that we, so we come here with lessons from past lives, and um, if we're talking about our self-worth and feeling safe and in really knowing what home feels like to us, what security feels like, what it feels like for us, um, we've been shown where we weren't truly safe. We were shown the illusions that we were relying on as gold, which they had no value and no. Well, I want to take that back, because a lesson was the value. What you got out of it was the value, and that was your self worth, your own self love, right? So, and of course that's priceless. But there's no value to them anymore. So relationships are falling away. Uh, Partnerships, marriage, business, however it presents for you, are falling away. What stays, and if something is staying and you're still questioning what you're supposed to do with it, well, it's staying for a reason. So instead of asking what should you do with it, or why is it staying when maybe you thought it was over, ask about what it's meant to show you. And again, I can shed some light on that for you if you're interested. So let's see where we want to go here. I don't know if I've got anything to. I mean, I feel like it's really straightforward. This full moon is going to be a very deeply emotional full moon. Scorpio, water sign, it's always going to be. And then you add Pluto into the mix there. And, you can feel that transformation happening. Even though something may not have landed yet quite for you, just yet, it will. But you can feel it. Your spidey senses are all heightened. It's like, this is like, oh, get back here. This is, sorry, Luna. This is like our intuition on steroids. The tower and the moon, and the high priest is like our intuition on steroids. Spidey senses going bonkers and berserko, and quite possibly some new ones coming on, or an upgrade in your abilities coming online for sure. So let's take a look at I don't know. I pointed to the King of Wands. Let's see what the King of Wands, the King of Fire, wants to say. Yeah, getting your mojo back, if you're exhausted right now, just hold on. Your energy will be reignited here. I do want to say that for many, this is like really fully standing in your power, where maybe the Knight of Pentacles was something more like just taking tiny baby steps. This is like the King of Fire is like, bam, I'm here, walking into the room and everybody notices. Not that you've got to do anything to really display yourself. It's just that your energy and your magnetism begins to show through. You're very confident, very confident. So the King of Wands is getting the what are you? Hierophant and the Three of Wands here. This card says unity. So That's interesting. So we've got the card of unity, right? And then we've got the card of the three, you know, being a collaborative number. Uh, we've got, what do we have here? Yeah, there it's her and her dragon looking toward the future. There's abundance. Things look very good. Having patience at this time, making long-term plans. So I feel like, well, piss and vinegar is back. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Don't even think about it. She was thinking about it. Gonna, she was gonna jump right over that whole thing and knock everything. Well, she doesn't knock anything over, but I fear that she's going to knock it. She runs into my plant hanging there. It's in a enamel pot. She could get a concussion for being so it's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, let's get back to this. Clarifying the King of Wands with uh, the Hierophant. Right? Why is that not sitting right for me? Yeah, it's a Hierophant. I just want to double check it. Something, I'm feeling something else. I don't know why. Come here. Well, of course. Do I have it written down here? It is a Hierophant. Oh, I like that. So I just heard the King of Wands say something that came through last week about writing a different story. This is telling ourselves and writing our own story now, a different story than what we've been telling ourselves. So, like I was saying, you know, the beliefs that we had, these patterns that we were living most of our lives because of whatever that we believed in, definitely are shifting here. Uh, could be. Yeah, it's like the story gets an upgrade too. It's more aligned with who you're becoming. The old stories were aligned with who you thought you should be, who you thought you should present yourself as, what you thought you should believe, what you know told yourself and convinced yourself was true when it wasn't. So, get where I'm going with that. So yeah, I really so this full moon in Scorpio could also be showing us a little bit of if there's any more shadow work to do very quick. It doesn't feel like very heavy. It feels like just you know spirit coming in and saying we just want to make sure you see this and then you know about yourself or about the choices you're making and then we'll move on, right? It's just as soon as you acknowledge it, it's like it closes out and you move on to the next thing, which is just filling your cup, trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, making yourself the home that you've always sought. Okay? Let's just tap into this Emperor and the Six of Cups just real quick here, Spirit. Why did they come out together in the early shuffle? Release. Oh, sorry. This is the Death card in this deck. So I've got a couple things, you know, for some of you, you may need to release the journey, the expectation, the attachment to a divine masculine. Uh, I just want to say it doesn't matter male or female. Our inner masculine is getting an upgrade here. What are you doing? I'm so comic relief. I need comic relief. Um, Something is definitely closing out here. This card says an end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, and time to move on. So for some of us, it is time to release a divine masculine, keeping, what's true and what's real stays. Those good memories, they stay, and they continue to be nurtured through the heart space. For some divine masculines, this is them holding on to what felt safe and home to them, and releasing something that is not conducive. Why? Because they're ready for a new emotional experience. They're getting some energy back, getting grounded in a new frequency here with the King of Earth and the Knight of Fire. Renewal, yeah, there it is. So this is a rebirth. So for some of you, this is a return of a divine masculine. At the very least, it's your own inner masculine energy getting its fire back, getting its mojo back, and getting to work, getting back to work on loving ourselves. I'm hearing that the inner masculine is finding balance. Okay. All right. If that's a divine masculine energy, can you give me just a few cards on the divine feminine energy? Well, all right then. Three of Earth, Nine of Fire. Yeah, their divine feminines are tired of doing the work and doing all the heavy lifting, and that they're getting ready to put boots to the ground. I'm hearing boots to the ground. This one is standing up too. It's a Two of Wands. So they've made a decision. They've been at a crossroads maybe for a little bit, trying to figure out how to release the energy on a new level. If this is a twin flame, this is a how do I release the divine masculine even further? This divine feminine, they've done all the work. They feel like they've done it on their own, but the truth is they have not. And that if you've been on this journey for a while. But this is where the divine feminine is ready to, like I said, boots to the ground, start putting in some new what's the word? Putting in I'm feeling like manifestation, like alchemy, turning lead to gold. Divine feminine is ready to just stand in her power. She knows she deserves everything that her birthright. She knows she deserves her birthright. One more card on the divine feminine, please. With the Scorpio full moon. Ooh, this one's Seven of Air. Yeah, definitely is seeing through a lot of illusions too. It just feels like because she has no major arcanas, he does. If we're talking a twin flame here, although we've got a lot of major arcanas in the main spread, it is a big deal for twin flames right now, for sure, as we move into the summer months with the 6-6 and 7-7 portals and the 8-8 portal. But I feel like the majority of the work, if we want to say it that way, is leaning into or onto the divine masculine energy right now. She's going to the next level, but she's already put in her time. She's clocked in on the time clock, and she's clocked out. and yeah, feels like alchemy, feels like embodiment coming in, and it's quiet. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It doesn't have to be. The divine masculine feels he needs his energy back in order to move through the work he's being moved through. But still, it doesn't mean they've got to be flashy either. But they do have to stand in their power. So many of them may have to take their power back from someone, something. I do, yeah. I'm hearing the divine masculine. This group is coming through saying, I remember how home felt with the divine feminine. And it's not just with the divine feminine. It's like they remember how they felt at a certain level, a certain space in the connection with the divine feminine. That's what they want. That's what they want to return to. But they've got to release beliefs, whatever illusions they've been telling themselves, about the divine feminine. So let's get a angelic activation oracle for the Scorpio full moon. Got one more I'm hearing. Got one that fell out. Yes, I can agree to that one. Oh, I like that. So we've got Haniel came through. She's lovely. And she says, downloads of intuition, for sure. We've got the High Priestess and the Moon and the life of the Tower. So yes, that could be a lot of downloads. Well, we are receiving the downloads. We have been receiving the downloads in the last few weeks. We've had a lot of solar flares, geostorms, and whatnot. And those downloads are they're gonna hit. We're gonna click on and tune into them, and then a lot of realizations, a lot of aha moments. So yeah, get ready. If it's not started already, just get ready. Trust what is coming to you, for the information is absolutely a glimpse of the future. Your psychic gifts are heightened at the moment. I want to say I've got coming in this year that your dreams are going to be very prophetic during the Scorpio full moon. Just be discerning. Okay. Your psychic gifts are heightened at the moment, and it's essential for you to take the time to record what is coming from within. As a reminder, nothing is set in stone, and therefore, if your intentions change, you can absolutely rewrite what is to come. We're also doing that, right? Rewriting the story, telling ourselves a different story. But you are receiving information that will serve you on your way. The activation is, I trust my intuition and psychic gifts. There's Haniel. And we have thrones, it says. There's the dude. It doesn't tell me who it is, unless it does here. Opportunity for growth. This is a sacred time of growth, healing, and understanding. There is more information coming your way. Did you not hear what Haniel said? Trust that all you need to know will be revealed to you in the perfect time space sequence. You can't make this shit up. Oh my gosh. If you are experiencing challenges, know that these are growing pains that are contributing to a more aligned future. Only good will come from this situation. Trust that life is guiding you to growth. The activation is, every challenge I face is an opportunity to grow. That's a great mantra for this week, especially like it says, if you are being challenged by some old energy, some old, memories, thoughts, patterns, whatever it is, if they're just coming up so you can recognize them and release them, that's a great mantra to have for the weekend. So I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, if you are interested in seeing what this all means for your own personal journey, I can help hold the lantern up for you, do your reading. So the email will be in the description box below. And thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that you're here. And if you would, like, share, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But I will see you next time. Happy full moon. Happy May 1st. Happy, what is it? Is it it's not, is it, it's not Beltane. Is it Ostara? No, what is it? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I've got a friend who's going to be like, you can't remember? I can't. That just went right out of my head. That's very interesting. All right. Whatever. Maybe I'm not meant to. Not meant to focus on it. I love you. We'll see you next time.